Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll just write a script or do something about my domains. So I have I have few domains, not really a lot. There was a time when I used to manage more than 70 domains, and in fact maybe 100 more than 100. And I have those domains with a couple of providers. And at the same time, when you have domains, it could be your own domain, it could be a domain that you're managing for your client. Because I used to, and even now I do develop websites in Drupal. And when you have domains, you have to make sure that those domains are renewed on time. So I remember I used to chase my clients and ask them to renew it, of course. But the most important part is that you have to renew it. You have to basically remind yourself. Now, of course, if you're buying a domain from any domain provider, you will get reminders, and that is, of course, fine. You can also create your own calendar entries. But I think a really good, a simple way would be to uh, maybe write some kind of a script that runs every day or maybe whenever you want. I think running a script every day works fine. And that script will, of course, check for those domains and their expiry date. Now, I used to do it, I think 6, 7 years ago. I had a script. I couldn't find it for some reason, but I remember what I did because that is also a great thing. That is something great about Linux because you just need to know the concepts and you can always rebuild if you have to. But I thought I'll probably start writing a script. And to be honest, it is not really about the script. I don't really want to write the whole script in front of you because it will probably require more than maybe 10, 15 lines. Because I remember when you are trying to fetch the expiry date, it is not always straightforward. For example, in case you don't know, there is a command called whois. So you can use this command to basically find a bit more about the domain, which is great, right? So if you have to, let us say, know about, let us say, google.com, right? You can, of course, run this command, and I'll do less because I don't really have the capability to scroll back in my ST terminal. So we have something called, so you have a lot of information here, like registry expiry date. This is what we're looking for. And maybe we'll do something similar for bbc.co.uk. So we do have expiry date. So this is different. The string here is different. And let me also take a look at .com. We have again the registry expiry date. Yeah, so something similar. So you have to basically write a script to make sure that you are taking care of these cases. Sometimes it is called as registry expiry date, sometimes it is called as expiry date. So I'm sure when you write your script, you can do some kind of regular expression or maybe handle it differently. So what I'll do, I'll probably just show you what I would do. Again, good thing about Linux is that things are usually much simpler than you would expect it to be, because you will probably think you will probably expect a very complicated solution, but that is not the philosophy of Linux or Unix in general. Things are usually very simple. You just need to use those simple things and connect them together and make it work for you. So what we'll do, of course we'll do the same thing, bbc.com, but we will simply do grep, and let us say we are looking for expiry, right? So you have the date, right? So you're just now focused on that particular line. Now, using cut utility, you can then delimit this. So the delimiter could be, I was initially thinking of using colon, but we also have colon in the time, which is probably not a big deal because I can then focus on the date because date is more important, but let us use space. So what we'll do, we'll trim it or we delimit it, and we'll of course get multiple fields. So I think we have a couple of spaces here. I think 1 and 2, 3, and this I think the fourth one. So let us select 4. So yep, registry is 4th, but we need 4 and then 5 and then 6 and then 7. So the date is at the 7th position or 7th field. So this is of course a simple thing. What you can do is you can of course write a script to do it for so what I used to do, I had a simple text file called domains.txt where I had all the domains that I was interested in, and I was using a simple loop to look for those domains line by line and then passing it here in a simple script like this. I mean, this is of course a very simple one-line script, but you can of course add few checks so that you are taking care of all those scenarios. And then based on, and I was running that particular script every day. You can, right? Or maybe you can keep it running if you have a lot of domains, but run it once in a day. And whenever you have like a domain which is about to expire, then do something about it. Now you can of course, because now I'm using Arch Linux. Earlier I was using Fedora. So I think I was writing it somewhere in the file if I remember correctly. But now you can also display a message somewhere on top. I remember. I made a video right on this topic. So whenever I do things like if I take a screenshot, let me take a screenshot. So if I take a screenshot like this, it will give me this this file, and let me just reduce it. And if I save it, let us just save it. So you will get this message on top, right? This is something that you can do. You can configure yourself with a nice brownish background, or you can write it to a file, or maybe do something about it every day. So whenever you log in, maybe you want the list of all the domains that are expiring, or maybe you can just write it to an org file so that it appears in your agenda. So there are a lot of things, and of course you can use org mode. But org mode is of course the thing with org mode is you can definitely create a file where you can list those domains and expiry date. It works wonderfully well. It will appear on your agenda based on the date. But I was looking for a bit more dynamic solution, and I think running a script like this is quite easy, straightforward way. But you can definitely also use org mode for doing this. And this is something that I wanted to talk about. If you have something similar which you want to do, you can definitely just write a simple one-line script to basically run it every day to solve a problem. I'm basically trying to solve a simple problem. And imagine doing it. Let us say you have 100 domains and you are receiving emails, great, but there is no alternate, or there is no other effective way to do it yourself using your script the way you want. And this is of course one of many scripts that I have been using for many years to solve simple problems, just to check domain status, right, or domain expiry date. What I have right now is I use the domain provider I use is basically a reseller account from where I can notify my clients, which is great, right? So my client will get notified and they chase me. Ravi, we have one domain which is about to expire. Can you renew it? So once they confirm, I renew it, or they can also do it if they want. They can make a payment online. But when you have your own capability to do it, it will feed into your workflow, right? So it could be org mode, it could be just this script writing that particular upcoming domain renewal somewhere. So if you're using Linux already, or if you're thinking of using Linux already, this approach will fit in perfectly with whatever you're doing. And great thing which I always talk about is it is nothing but you're just dealing with text files, right? So there is a file for domains, there is a file for upcoming domain renewals. You can also display a message somewhere. So this is wonderful, right? It is lightweight solution. You're not really relying on any tool to do this job for you. It's like having your own assistant, your own scripts. So that is all. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.